All right, welcome back. This is the first ever Small Guys podcast rapid review. Each of us gets 60 seconds to kind of give our thoughts, what we like, what we dislike. This is, as you're hearing it, seeing it on YouTube only. You can't catch this anywhere else. So it's just we're gonna briefly give our thoughts and then our score out of 100. If you want to listen to the full review and everything that we have, this is on YouTube. It is on every other platform. Spotify, Apple Music, for anything that we have to listen to our full podcast. I believe this episode was actually over an hour if you want to hear all of our thoughts, and kind of especially Brian gave a pretty in-depth on the conspiracies here. So with that said, I'll kind of go in. I liked this movie a lot. It's very weird. It has I think a lot of these guys will say when they kind of give their quick thoughts on this, it is very detail oriented, which is something that is pretty exciting, that not a lot of films do today. However, for me, personally, I'm not sure how much rewatch value this one has. That's me personally. Everyone's got their own take on it. I'm sure that the more you watch it, the more details you can catch. I just don't know if I'm going to sit through 2.5 hours multiple times. So with that said, I'm just going to give it a 77 out of 100. Josh, you want to kind of roll into your thoughts here?
Yeah, I believe this movie has a lot of rewatchability. A couple of the guys here on this, I mean, I think everyone but me believes this movie is completely real. Everything that's happening actually happens to the character. I believe that it's in his head, his fantasies. Yeah, I'm built different. But yeah, so I love how many different ways that this movie can be interpreted, taken. So I do feel like there's a lot of rewatchability, things you can catch that maybe you didn't notice on the first few times around. So I'm gonna give this movie a 93. I really, really like this movie. It was my first time seeing it the other day. And yeah, the fact that it's almost 25 years old and there's all these different conspiracy theories and stuff on it to this day is pretty incredible.
Yeah, I mean, it is crazy that this movie came out in 1999. And I mean, like I said, all the different aspects of this movie and the weird shit that happens from start to finish, you really got to give credit where credit's due to Stanley Kubrick. The fact that everything that's on camera has its own individual detail. And I mean, nothing that's on screen doesn't have a meaning behind it. So that's really neat. And it definitely speaks volumes for his directorial style. And, it's very unique compared to many other directors and stuff like that. But you really got to give it to Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise, sorry, for their acting, from start to finish. I mean, they do a great job. Nicole Kidman's not in the movie that much, but that one monologue between her and Tom Cruise is ridiculous. So, I mean, it's insane. But I'm confident giving this movie a 91 out of 100. Great rewatchability. I did a fucking minute.
Yeah, Brian,
all right, my fault, OG. You gave it a 94 in the other one. I gave it a 91.
So you both gave it 91s.
With this movie,
I give it a 94.
With this movie,
you gave it a 91.
I give it the high score.
I'm ready for bed, man.
But no, right. with this movie, like Josh said, it's fucking cool that this movie is going to turn 24 this year, and there's still like this back and forth. Was it real? Was it not real? Again, Stanley Kubrick is known for fucking everything is where it's supposed to be. Tons of symbolism throughout this movie. Some may argue it's the best Christmas movie ever. And then you get into the idea of the elitist and the occult and everything that goes in between. And if you really want to open that can of worms, you really can. You look up Eyes Wide Shut, explained occult theory, whatever. You're gonna have a good time. And that's fucking sweet. Yeah, I'm just gonna give this movie a 91. Go check it out if you've never seen it.
Awesome. Well, I will finish this off here. Two things. I'm pitching the movie for a sequel, Eyes Open Shut, through Bill's wife. Her eyes.
It could be eyes closed open.
Whatever the fuck it's called, man. Whatever the fuck it's called. And the second thing is, for me, I had no idea what the fuck I was getting into when I was watching this movie. I said what the fuck in my head probably about 1 million times, and I'm going to say what the fuck 1 million times throughout this review and the review that we have on all other platforms. But a lot of symbolism, a lot of really cool details that you really can catch if you're one of those people that like looking into those details and watching YouTube theories and all that stuff. Not really my pace in terms of what I like out of a movie. But overall, it's still a really good watch, and the style of directing is unique. And with that said, I'm going to give it an 80 out of 100.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it, boys. So that was the first ever rapid review. Let us know in the comments if you like it, if you don't like it, if you hate it. Aiden was cool enough to give us 2 different scores between the podcast and this. We really appreciate that.
Changed my mind.
That's pretty unique. I haven't seen that before. But thank you for tuning in. And if you want to see the full podcast, like I said, it is on every platform. Thank you.